Hi, this is gonna be an interesting video. Welcome back to my channel, I guess. Um, so, as some of you may know by the title, it is my friend, question mark, Sir Ryan 18's birthday. And I thought, what better way to celebrate his birthday? The 3D mastermind himself. What better to celebrate his birthday than making him a 3D thing? And that's what we're here to do. This is my first time using Blender. I don't know what this means. We're just gonna hit OK. You know what? We're not gonna search anything up. We're just gonna general. Okay, here we go. Here we are. Here we are. Okay, I know a bit of controls, I think, from Ryan showing me. Middle mouse. Oh yeah, and Vicious Nuggets is here too. So my goal is to create Evil Boy. This might be harder than I thought. Oh, add cube. Add cube. Oh, yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay, that's something. Let's say scale. Transform. Okay, you can do the cube. Blender. I know Blender aficionados like Ryan hate the cube. So to spite him, I'm gonna use the cube. How do I move? How do I move? So the entire recording, I did this over 2 days. The entire recording was more than 2 hours, so I'm gonna speed this up. You heard me say, how do I move? This is when I abandoned my rules of not searching anything up because I had to search how to move. Here you can see me finding out that you can divide the vertices in the starting cube, and I'm trying to mess with that to create a cylindrical shape. I know there was a cylinder option. Here's me putting the sphere. This is a sphere. Also, this is really choppy because I'm watching this on 3000 speed, in non-rendered mode, very choppy. So I put in a sphere and I'm like, okay, this is the head, and I have to model. I put it on the sphere, but I put it on the same layer somehow. I don't know how I did that, so we'll get to that later. Then for the arm, I just went, okay, cylinder. Why didn't I just do that for the body? Who knows? Who knows what I did? I went bevel for the arms because I know there's like a joint. I thought that looked nice as a joint. I mirrored everything on the other side. Here, so what happened here is that you can see that the backside is not divided. I didn't feel like dividing the whole thing because like I highlighted everything and I divided it already. I didn't feel like going back and redoing the backside. So it do be looking like a Lego dress, but it's okay. So I just basically did the same thing for the legs. And I know Evil Boy has like the springy stomach, so I decided to like represent that with some more bevels in the middle. And here you see me try to mess around with the coloring. This is when I knew I heavily messed up and put them on the same layer. This is probably the worst mistake I made, and I was so confused on how to fix it. I tried to highlight it and see if I can separate it. You can see me try to painstakingly highlight everything, all the squares. I'm trying to clean it up a bit. And I actually did manage to do it. I tried to separate it, but it didn't work. It just removed it. Like it was separated, but it was still the same. So yeah. And so here you can see me discovering that cylinders exist, and I was gonna replace it, but then I was like, you know what? I like the cube better. You know, it's got more charm to it. And here I'm trying to color everything. So yeah, I managed to separate the sphere by like, I had to basically redo the sphere. Like I had to delete it and put a new one. Here you can see me using paths for eyebrows and the nose and the mouth. I feel like you already know what the problem is. I did not know at the time, and I was very sad when I found out. The paths do not appear on the render, or maybe they do, and I'm just too dumb to figure out how to make them appear. I was searching stuff up. I searched up like, do paths appear? I don't think I separate. I searched up like how to render and stuff, because basic stuff like that. Here, you know, I decided like I made this part of the arm bigger intentionally for like the blaster and or shield thing. I imagine it's like a blaster, and it can expand circularly for a shield. The cone is a, you know, a little stabby sword. And here, what am I doing here? Here I'm messing with the render. I'm trying to figure out how the hell I use this render. I realized that that's a camera. I thought it was the light. So I realized that, okay, I can use this as a camera. And that was me discovering that, oh shoot, paths do not appear on the video or on the render. I was very sad, and I had to redo everything with planes. I tried, I went for one path. I tried using a Bezier curve, as you, I don't know if you saw that, but it didn't work, because there's paths too, I think. So yeah, and so yeah, I'm there using this bed, trying to, I figured out that you can subdivide, but then I also figured out that like, I tried to remove the vertices, but then that ended up in the middle, but that ended up removing the entire area in the middle, so then I had to like re-add it, and then that got weird. And I also discovered that like, I deleted something earlier, like way like the first day I was doing this, and I realized that was the light. I thought it was just some like just random object. So yeah, I had to like add back the light as a sun. I put the sun. I tried to do Happy Birthday in Blender. That didn't really work too well. So I decided to just do it, you know, simple, keep it simple in DaVinci or Krita, and Evil Bob. That's what I named it. And so there he is, Evil Bob. You know, I had a lot of fun making this. It was a very cool experience. I'll give you a quick tour looking at this PNG. You know, you have your classic evil boy shape. The lore I designed is that this is some evil, not jealous rival company of the company that made Evil Boy, and they decided to create their own Evil Boy, and this is Evil Bob. So yeah, you know, he's got the classic energy sword, but you know, it's more like an energy knife. He's got the blaster that I imagine can like expand circularly outwards to be like a shield. What else? And you know, I think the moral at the end of the day, the moral of the story is clear when we're looking at this comparison, is that sometimes you don't need to be a Blender master to produce great works of art. Sometimes it just comes out naturally. You know, natural gifts. I also think that this is perhaps one of your most valuable resources for your Evil Boy career, because like, how many times have you gotten, you know, good renders, good models after good models, and interpretations of Evil Boy? Maybe, you know, you need a little bit something a little saucy to spice it up, you know what I mean? To get some new, fresh inspiration, you know? So I feel like I'm doing you a great service here, and, you know, and I would just like to say happy birthday to you, especially. If it weren't for you, Evil Boy would have never existed. You know, pretty much the only reason I care that you're my friend is because you made Evil Boy, and I'm a huge fan of Evil Boy. So yeah, and if you weren't here, then he wouldn't have existed. So thank you for making him. Um, yeah, I guess happy birthday. Uh, and I expect a check soon. Thank you.